Hello my friends, today we're going to learn about a sinister legend. On October 31st, a man named Jack, a rude alcoholic, had an unexpected visitor. Because of his sins, the devil came to claim his soul. Desperate, Jack begs for one more drink and the devil grants his request. But Jack had no money for his last drink, so he asked the devil to turn himself into a coin. The evil one agrees. Jack barely sees the coin on the table and quickly puts it in his wallet, which has a cross-shaped clasp. Desperate, the devil begs to be let out of the wallet, and Jack makes a deal with him. He says he'll set him free in exchange for staying alive for one more year. With no other option, he agrees. Happy with the opportunity, Jack decides to change his ways and starts treating his wife and children well. He goes to church every Sunday and keeps doing charity work. But the change doesn't last very long. On October 31st of the following year, Jack was on his way home when the devil appeared. Jack, clever as always, tried to convince the devil to pick an apple from the tree. He agreed, and when he climbed onto the first branch, Jack took a pocket knife from his pocket and carved a cross into the trunk. Paralyzed on the trunk and unable to get down, the devil promises to leave for 10 years without accepting Jack's proposal. Jack orders him never to try to take his soul again. The devil agrees, and Jack frees him from the tree. Unfortunately for Jack, a year later he dies as a result of drinking and goes to heaven, but his entry is denied. With no alternative, Jack goes to hell. The devil, still suspicious and feeling humiliated, also doesn't allow Jack to enter. But feeling sorry for the lost soul, he throws Jack a coal so he can light his way through limbo. Jack puts the coal inside a turnip to make it last longer and wanders through limbo. Hello my friends, today we're going to learn the story of Nora the nun. Legend says that Nora was a nun who lived in a castle. She fell in love with the guard until one day she found out she was pregnant. The guard didn't want anything to do with the child and told her to get rid of it. Nora didn't agree and tried to hide her pregnancy until the baby was born, and she managed to do it. She had her child alone in her room without making any noise so that no one would find out. But the baby's crying drew attention and she was discovered by the religious authorities. She was sentenced to execution for going against the word of God. How could a nun have a child? This is absurd. A blasphemy. Desperate, she fled the castle with her baby and hid him in the trunk of a tree, intending to come back for him after escaping her pursuers. The guards were on her tail, including the baby's father, that jerk. She finally managed to shake them off and escape. But when she came back for the baby, she couldn't find him. Nora searched the forest day and night without stopping. After many days trying to find them, she couldn't take it anymore and ended up dying. And the legend says that she will never rest until she finds her baby. Since then, she haunts places with woods in search of her lost child. There are reports of people who saw the apparition appear in the middle of the road. Others almost crashed their cars trying to avoid that apparition that appeared in the middle of the road. So that's it my friends, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Hello my friends, this is Leo Augusto React and welcome to another video. Today we're going to learn about the legend of the Dullahan, also known as the Headless Horseman. It's a type of myth from Irish folklore. This sinister being appears as a man or woman riding a black horse, and the rider has no head on their shoulders. Usually, the Dullahan carries its head under its arm, with a dead and rotten appearance and a demonic smile spread across its face from ear to ear. This creature carries a whip made from the spine of its victims. This is its main weapon of attack. Sometimes it can be seen pulling a carriage, which is adorned with funeral objects such as candles in skulls to light the way. The spokes of the wheel are made of femur. The covering of the carriage is made of dried skin. There, it keeps the remains of the unlucky ones who cross its path. When the Dullahan stops walking, you can be sure that someone will leave this world. And when it calls out a person's name, they perish immediately. That's why in cities where the creature is seen, people stop calling each other by name to avoid dying carelessly. So, my dear Joseph Reidenstein, what was the highlight of your day? Are you crazy, man? Why did you say my full name? Don't you know the Dullahan is out there? Do you believe in that legend, dear Joseph Reidenstein? Damn, you said my name again, you jerk. I'm getting out of here. I'm feeling something inside me. Wasn't it true after all? All locks and gates open for him. The only way to keep him away is to have some gold object in your possession. Even a single pin made of this rare metal can drive the creature away and save your life. It is not known how the Lahans appear, only that they show up in the middle of the night with their bizarre horse, running and whipping anyone in their path. That's it, folks. Like, subscribe, and goodbye. Hello, my friends. Today we're going to learn about the legend of Baba Yaga, one of the most powerful witches of all. She has superhuman abilities, super strength, endurance, and can repel any fish thrown at her. Besides that, this monstrous witch eats the rainbow and humans. She devours her victims, leaving only bones behind. In Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga is a supernatural being who appears as an old and frightening woman. She flies through the skies riding a mortar, erasing her tracks with her broom. She lives deep in the forest in a house standing on chicken legs. It has no windows or doors. To enter the house, a person has to say the magic phrase. Turn your back to the forest, your front to me. That's how the door appears. But it's not advisable to enter without permission. Examples of this are that the fences of the place are made of human bones. They were probably from people who wanted to go in there. When she is inside her dwelling, she can be found stretched out over the oven, reaching from one corner of the hut to the other. Baba Yaga can easily sense the scent of those who approach with her gigantic nose. She can help or hinder those who encounter her. She helps the pure of heart and devours the impure. They say she is a woman who was never loved throughout her life and isolated herself in the forest. Consumed by envy of all those who are happy, she becomes more and more bitter and jealous whenever she sees a happy family. Some Russian peasants saw this witch living with a girl, and it is suspected that she steals children from couples who wander through her forest, keeping the child as if she were her own daughter or granddaughter. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click here to keep watching more videos from the channel. Thanks.